You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, I'm glad you spoke on that. One of the things with everything that happened with the movie Pimp with Jimmy, the first thing he said, yo, I have this lady, she needs these records. It's like, cool, call me, let me know what you need. Called me the next day and was like, listen, this is what she's looking for. Cool. What's the movie about? All right, cool. Went in, next day, gave me the records. She said, I love this music, but this is what I'm looking for. She sent me pictures of what the start of the movie looked like. The next day, I sent her the records that she wanted. She was like, yo, this is exactly what I've been looking for. For 9 months, we were trying to get the intro of this record, of this movie, and you just nailed it in one night. And I say that to say this. I still go to the studio every day at 9 a.m. and I stay there until I'm done. Every day. So if what you do, what you're trying to do, if you say you do it for a profession, you should be doing it every day. I don't care if you got a day job, a night job. If you got a career that you're seeking out, you should be doing it every day. And I'm I can say, at the cusp of my career. We had a really long run, 20 years in the music industry, records on the top charts, and that was great. But I still go into the studio every day at 9 a.m. until I'm finished. So I do it because I love it. I do it because this is what I'm going to do. And again, I need to always be ready. So if somebody called me right now and say, yo, I need a record, like, all right, I'll be in the studio as soon as we leave here, because I will be. And they'll have it by tomorrow. We ain't going to wait till Tuesday or Wednesday to get it. They'll get it tomorrow. So, again, preparation, being ready, being prepared, no procrastination. And if this is what you're trying to do, you got to put everything in. Like your job that you do, use that as, that's your hustle. That's your side hustle. Don't make that your paycheck, that's your survival that you live off of. Because once you start living off of it, you're going to become a slave to it. And you're never going to get into your career. Right? And you'll be there until you retire, until you die, and you'll be mad because you didn't do what you wanted to do. So if you got a dream, you got a vision, go hard or go home.
Yo, anybody out here, y'all know the song Love by Musiq Soulchild? This is the man that wrote it and produced it. You know what I'm saying? He's a Grammy Award winning producer, right? This is who wrote the song, and the original song wasn't called that. Years ago, he let me hear the original song. Was it? Got Lord. The words instead of love, so many words, he was saying Lord. He was talking to Lord. And when I heard, I was like, man, that's crazy. But he never put it out. He switched it because he wanted to give music a more sexual appeal. So he switched Lord with love. And people don't know that. And I actually heard the original song. But he's been my friend for a long time. He used to beat me in Madden. When we was nobody, he used to hang in the studio. You understand? I was running around. He had no deals. He used to just hang in the studio in West Philly. You know what I'm saying? So I knew him before he got with Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith and all this. And he do music. He produced for Jill Scott. He did Justin Timberlake, Chris Brown, Maxwell, Mary J. Blige. Anybody, you Google Carvin Hayes, and y'all can see who's sitting right here. So he's talking what he know. You know what I'm saying? And when I told the people from LA, I was like, I got y'all a Grammy Award winning producer too. I ain't just get y'all some regular songs. They was blown away. They Googled it. Like I said, yeah, that's who. It's like, so I really laced their movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they was working on the movie for 2 years. I gave them all their music in 2 days. 2 days, I said, I got this. And the girl was just blown away. She was so impressed, she invited us to New York, you know what I'm saying? And she made me, like I said, I'm the music supervisor for all her movies. She got a Netflix deal, an HBO deal, you know what I'm saying? I do all the music. I'm the one in charge of what song go on, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, actually we got 2 questions over here. That's why I call it, be like me. I'm a competitive person. I don't know too many people that out-hustle me. I've been doing this for over 20 years. Rap, music, whatever. And this guy, he hustles, man, and that's another key to success. You have to hustle. Stop procrastinating. You have to hustle.
I don't think I ever called Jimmy he was at home. He always somewhere.
Where the questions at?
Right?
Alright, yeah, I'm taking it back to, when we were going talking about the contracts and stuff, I'm taking it, back to the hood from Hollywood for a second. With the, when you do a feature, and we were talking about verbal agreements and money and so forth, about them putting out, a certain amount of hits for you, that the project you did when you put it out there, the social media, the gram, so forth, and the YouTube. Now, you said, I heard verbal agreements, I hadn't heard money. I hear, could you bring a contract into that situation?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyone waiting to that?
Yeah. So what I always advise people, never do a verbal agreement. When you want something from somebody, you go over and make it plain so that then there is no confusion about what it is that you're receiving. Because when you go in and contract it with somebody, it's a relationship. So they need to understand what it is that they expect from you and vice versa. So verbal agreements in the industry, don't do them. So don't even make a habit of even making that something that you do. Always make a habit, even if you don't even have like a lot of people are like probably starting out or whatever. Start working on your contracts now. Like don't wait until you get in a situation where you need a contract. Everything that you know that you're already going to do, just start working on your contracts now so that when you come to times, you're already prepared. I do not, I hate verbal agreements because it always puts people in a bad predicament. And if you are not the celebrity, most likely you're going to get burned. So if you need a feature, you need to put on the paper, listen, you need to post this 3 times, once every week or whatever the case may be so that they are aware of what it is that you're expecting. Because sometimes these artists, they don't mean to be disrespectful, but they just have a lot going on. So they just may say, they may put you up, but they may not do your at name, but they'll tag you. And they'll think that that's totally okay. No disrespect to you, but because you weren't specific in what it was that you were requiring, they did what it was that you asked them to do. But you didn't get the full benefit of you being in a relationship with this person because you didn't put on paper what it is that you needed. So I always tell my clients, we are doing a contract for you walking to the store if that's what we have to do, because it just takes the confusion out of everything and it makes sure that you get what you need.
Yeah. All right, I got another question.
I was just gonna say, I mean, it's down to the very basics, right? Down to apps, captions, what you want to have in your dressing room. When we book artists for our different events, they are very specific on what they want. We need a 4-star hotel. We need to have some Fiji water, 8 bottles. Me and my entourage, white washcloths, black washcloths. And they specific because let's just say somebody's busy, they forget that. You can't be upset about something that you didn't ask for. And I think that especially when I was getting started, being a dreamer, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna be, sitting next to Jimmy the Saint. That's gonna mean X, Y, Z. It's gonna. And Jimmy just like, yo, I'm about to kick it with Q. I mean, I wasn't thinking none of that stuff. But if you put it on paper, it brings it into reality. And sometimes, right? And sometimes things that you ask for aren't even realistic. So sometimes I had to be checked. So it goes both ways.
And one more thing too with contracts, don't just print some off the internet and just have people sign it. It's important you read and understand the contract they're going to sign. And also it's very important that it's fully executed, because I had a situation now I'm dealing with. I have an artist that I distributed a track for, and she bought the exclusive rights for a song for $500 off of somebody, and she signed the contract, sent it back to him, he never signed it. This dude ended up placing it to somebody else, and now it's the number 8 song on Shazam in China. And for over 400 million streams. So now I have my attorney on it, but he said you don't have a fully executed contract because the guy never signed it. So now we're going back and forth over the situation. We were still a big email trail back and forth, but he said since they don't have that fully executed contract, it's going to be a problem. And she signed it, and everything's there, the payment was sent, everything's done, but because it's not fully executed with 2 signatures, and she didn't read the whole thing through. She said, all right, well, here it is, you know, and that's what it was. This dude sold the track. It's the number 8 song in China. Period. Crazy.
That comes from learning the game. That's learning the game.
Yeah.
You have to learn the game.
You got a question?
This question is for Jimmy and Flex. What advice, I know you two are concert promoters, what advice can you give someone who doesn't live in one of the big cities like Jersey, Philly, on how to get started in their business?
As far as doing concert promotion? Well, one, you have to identify who's the talent in the city. You have to actually let them know that who you are, as far as like, this is what I do, I'm here to promote you. You have to see who draws. You have to see, you know, who's the up-and-coming hot talent that might draw. And then you have to find out your venues in the city. You have to find out who's the hottest host, who's the DJs. You have to find, there's little moving parts to doing these shows. And once you get all that, and I tell everybody this, me, I'm big on promotion. So once you got your show, come up with a theme for the show, come up with the promotion. If the flyer looks like crap, never put it out because it's not respected. Because if I see a flyer and it looks like trash, I'm not going to that show. So that's one. Make sure you have a dope graphic artist to do your flyers, promote, and not just flyers. You got to promote Instagram. You know, you'll have a wealth. As far as this generation, you have a wealth of as far as promotion and internet, everything. Like back when I first started rapping, we didn't have the internet. I don't mean to tell my age, but that. We didn't really have the internet like that when I was rapping, you know what I mean? But now y'all have the reach to do so many things. So as far as promotion, make sure your promotion is on the beam. Make sure the look of your promotion is on the beam. Make sure you have a host. Make sure that host that you pay to do your show has a little following. When he posts on his Instagram or Facebook, that, you know, they're gonna follow him and come to the shows. Make sure the artists that you put on the show, you know, are promoting it. You know what I mean? So everybody's working as a team to push that one event to make sure it's a success. Because it's not just about the promoter, it's about everybody's involved. Because if my event is a success, then every artist on that show is a success for them, it's a success for the DJ and everybody involved.
Any more questions?
And also care about the customer. Don't just have a bunch of people come in the building like, I got some money, I don't care no more. Actually care about them. Actually make sure they have a good time. I mean, even if you gotta go around asking them, cool, everything good? I mean, do that. I mean, so you can make sure they come back the next time you have an event. Alright? Any more questions? Alright, Benny.
Yeah, so my little brother is like talented, but he don't got the work ethic. I paid for one of his videos, but he didn't promote it, nothing. So if I wanted to, like, how do I go about, if I wanted to push it as my own, so I get him to sign something, like the song over direction, the song to me, so I can try to make money off of, like, I like the song. Like, how do I go about, like, making mine? Can I do that?
You can't make nobody have a work ethic though. I tried.
Nah, he's asking the song that he paid for the video that he paid for, can he take the song back from the person who don't have the work ethic?
That's a brother situation.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask him. I mean, like, you ain't doing nothing with it, so let me get the video, put it on my YouTube page, and then you can work it however you want to do it. If he don't have the work ethic like you said, he probably not going to want the video anyway. So yeah, if you really want it, just ask him about it, you know what I mean, and then put it on your YouTube page and then do what you need to do with it.
Yo, I got a quick question. Did you pay for the studio time?
I just paid for the video once I heard
Or
the
you just
song.
paid, okay. If you pay for the studio time, it's your record anyway. Right? Most people don't know that, but if you're an artist and whoever pays for the session owns the masters. Yeah.
You just heard what?
Most people don't know that, but whoever pays for the recording session, that's why if you notice most record labels, right, they'll pay for the artist studio. All the studios paid for, hotel paid for. The reason why is because whoever pays for the session is the owners of the masters of the work.
Right.
They control the masters.
Cause I can, hey, T, sorry.
Also, what I had learned not too long ago, because I do books and flyers and stuff, if you pay a graphic artist to do any graphic work for you, and you didn't sign a contract, he owns the graphic. Because I put out a book, I mean, I got 30 books, but I put out a particular book, and I never knew that because I just paid somebody $50 and he did the cover. But I never knew that unless I signed a contract saying that I paid for this cover from you, he owned my cover. I had to get my whole book cover redone because I didn't know that, I didn't own my own book cover. Because I paid him, but me paying him didn't mean nothing. It had to be a contract. I paid for him and his service. I'm like, oh shit, I've been lost all this time. I had all these books, so I had to go back and get some of my book covers done all over and get it done properly because I wasn't the owner. So if any of my books would have went to movie or anything, I would have wanted to use that imagery that somebody else owned. So this is something else.
So even like logos?
Logos, everything. We gotta get everything.
So that's two things I just learned. I didn't know that. Hey, Squally, I own a lot of your records.
Actually, NBA 2K is gonna do that right now.
I'm about to show them at the graphics, but that's a part of learning the game also. You have to learn the game because you can get got like that. It's happened to me a couple of times and people know that. And once I started learning the game about getting my company and getting my LLC and what credits actually mean and the credits that you deserve and the credits that they take from you because you don't know the difference, it left me in sticky situations plenty of times with these movies. I talked to you a couple of times about it, Jimmy. Once certain people find out you learn the game, they get distance or they try to cause some type of controversy between you two. Because it's like when I was rapping, I thought, like with the logos, I thought, give me your logo, give me your logo, give me your logo, and put it on my CD. That didn't mean anything because I'm just showing love. But you can't say, do a movie and say, give me your company, give me your company, give me your company, and put them on there, and they wasn't telling me that. They was like, here, go ahead, put my company on there. And what that do is that scared the investors. The investor look at it and say, damn, it's 13 companies, and that's 13 pieces of pie I gotta slice off. I'm cool, we don't need that movie. There's too many people that's involved, too many hands, that's too much money. So I'm glad I just looked at about the graphics because I got a lot of CDs and I didn't know that. Right.
That's actually how real that graphic thing is because they're going through that right now on NBA 2K. LeBron James, the tattoos that he has on the video game is actually trademarked by the person who did the tattoo. So they're suing NBA 2K and saying, I didn't ask if I could put my work in the game. So that's how real it is. So make sure the paperwork is right. That's how real it is. They'll come out of nowhere and be like, yo, that's my work. And then you gotta pay some money.
Hey, but it's still your relationship with the graphic artist. Like, you and Chatty and trying to
No, we just let them know that it can happen.
Yeah, it happens.
Sometimes you own the business or somebody you know.
Graphic artists don't even know this. Graphic artists don't even know this. I found out through my entertainment lawyer. He's like, you don't own your graphic. I said, no, I'm paying more to pay my book cover. You know what I'm saying? I said, what with the contract? Then he brought out a graphic artist agreement. He said, you see, it was a one-page agreement. This graphic artist, his name, is doing this work for such and such, title this. He said, it was that simple. He said, he can go back and own your stuff. He said, when you go to shopping for a movie now, your books, somebody own your graphics.
I got a similar situation.
Wow. Everything I did as far as rap was under FA. Anybody that know me from rapping know I used to say 8. That came from St. Forest Avenue. I never had a legit company for FA Entertainment. I was just screaming FA Entertainment. Meanwhile, the guy that was doing my short films and things of that nature with the music was putting his real company with LLC behind it on here.
Wow.
Actually, that movie that has 10 million views is more his than mine. I just brag about it because it's 10 million views. I wrote it, directed it, cast it, started it, and all that. But legitimately, he has the only real company attached to my film. I didn't know that. So if you don't have even if without that, everything I ever did under FA, he can go put a company and take it. He can go start his own FA Entertainment company and take all my content and he will own all my content. And it's all me. He ain't had nothing to do with it. So you have to learn the game, and you have to get the business straight when you're doing that stuff. And without a question coming in, I'm just hoping everybody's, because I knew I was going to learn something today. I just learned 2 things, you know, that's cool with me. But yeah, Pearls just came here. But I want people to know that that's the definition of you can bring them to the pond, you can bring the horse to the pond, but you can't make them drink. Everybody in here is here for a reason. Everybody in here has something going on. So please don't sit and just leave and don't exchange numbers and emails and social media, because it's how many actresses in the building? We got Dominique Janelle right here. We got Tiffany Davenport. There's so many actresses in the building. How many people publish books in here? I see a few. I can't see your hands. I can't see your hands, Charlene. There you go. And I know Vito around here somewhere. How many actors are in the building? You got one? Got a couple? Where's Lovey at? Where is she? She sleeping? Yeah. Oh, leave her alone. Before we answer these questions or whatever, I want to introduce one of my actors, because he came through for me this is a very talented actor. He's in a few things that he can explain himself, but he walked in while we was doing it. I want to introduce Greg Pronko. Come on up, bro. Please. Come on up. He's a crazy hitman in my movie Backfire. He did a tremendous job. I want people to know that, you know, these are the type people, if you're looking to do your short films and stuff like that, you guys need to get in touch with this guy. You need to get in touch with Stand Up Dominique. Y'all need to get in touch with Dominique Janelle. Y'all need to get in touch with these actors and actresses that y'all can hire for your short films. Right? I call him Poncho. His name is Poncho in the movie, so I just stuck with it.
I've been acting about 12, 13 years now, and what I like hearing about today, especially is the business aspect, not only just pursuing your dream of rapping or singing or acting, but the whole business side. When I leave here, I'm going to paint an apartment. I got a couple apartments throughout the city. I'm trying to do, and then I had just had an audition for Blue Bloods, Creed 2, but there's a lot of rejection. So you got to keep that business mind, you know, going, because you hustle, that's part of it, but you get rejected a lot. And, you know, going up to New York, going all over the place, House of Cards, audition, you just got to keep hustling and keep going for it, because you're going to get rejected a lot, and you just got to keep going. And then next thing you know, certain victories come up, like, you know, meeting Black De Niro and getting on this film with him because somebody else wasn't coming up to, you know, speed, and networking through somebody else. I found myself on Boardwalk Empire in an iconic scene that's all over the world now. The picture, you just never know. You hit something big, but then it might be another couple years where you're still struggling again. You're still pushing out. So it doesn't like, you don't like blow up all of a sudden. It might be 15, you see some of these comedians 15, 20 years in the making, some 5 years, 10 years, but keep the hustle on and keep that business mind going, because while you're doing that, you could be, I don't know if you guys know MC Hammer, but you can make 20 million here, and if you're spending 40 million, you're 10 million in the hole. You have to have that business mind. I made 20 million, they're gonna tax half of that, that's 10 million, I gotta put money away. You know, it could be 100 grand, 10 grand, whatever it is. You just gotta have that business mind and keep going and keep yourself in the game and have different things going on. And like they're saying, network to everybody. Now, if the acting doesn't work out, I'm now going to be, actually, I look at myself on some of these companies in Philly. I'm not even a company, but I might be one of the fastest 100 growing companies in Philadelphia area. I just looked at the paper, and I'm like, I'm right in there. I'm not even incorporated, but I have properties, I do stocks. I can't work my remote, but I could go on my iPhone or Samsung, and I could buy a stock in 10 seconds, boom, and invest it, and look at it. Keep acting, keep doing the flow, doing whatever. That thing's growing. Maybe have a little small property. I live on Old York Road, North Philly. I have a property in Germantown, West Philly, in the hood, everywhere. I'm all over the place.
He in these streets, y'all.
I'm all over the place. I just did that movie with Kevin Hart. I mean, I was just in the background. You know, you just never know. And you don't think I'm not calling his people up, hey man, you know, I live like 2 blocks from where you grew up. You know, you just got to keep networking, and you know, they either call you back, they don't, but keep going. And that's how I think I met Bernard through all this, doing all the acting. So I see some familiar faces, but keep the hustle going and keep that business mind. Because I guarantee you, I have a degree from Temple in business. You learn more from business doing this hustle than you will ever learn. I shouldn't say this, but you ever learn in college. I haven't learned anything about money, buying a house, buying stocks, anything in college. But when you hustle on the street and you know how to save $1, or you're putting your film out for only 15 grand, when it could have cost you 50 grand, you can't describe that knowledge. You have the knowledge, you can do it. Don't set yourself short. You do have the talent to do it. You just have to go after it. And when you start getting these little victories, it just never stops. And you're still going to get rejected, but you just keep going and keep feeding on each little victory you get. That's it. Thank you.